Hello, my name is Deb DeWolff, and I'm here today at Cool Tools talking about polymer clay, and what we're going to be doing now is called caning. The caning technique is very well known to polymer clay artists. It's a technique that is used in many different ways. It was based originally on the millefiori technique for glass makers, and it's a way of making designs that you can cut slices from, and the design goes all the way through the cane. Okay, so now with this Skinner blend that we've lengthened and a piece of black clay, we're going to be making this jelly roll cane. This jelly roll cane has a Skinner blend that was yellow on one end and dark pink on the other end, and I made a strip just like this and rolled it up just like a jelly roll. And that's what we're going to be doing with black on the outside. So what I have done, this was run through on the second thickest setting on my pasta machine, and this was run through on a thinner setting, about the fourth thickest setting on my pasta machine. So my black clay is thinner than my Skinner blend clay. And what we're going to do first of all is bevel, or the end of the black clay. So we're not going to cut it straight down, we're going to cut it at an angle so the edge is beveled. And we're also going to do the same thing to the end of the Skinner blend clay. And I'm going to keep the white on the center and the dark on the outside. You could reverse it if you wanted to do that and keep the dark pink in the center of your cane and the light color on the outside. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. And we're going to bevel the edge of this as well. And now we're going to adhere the two sheets together, but I'm going to offset the color from the black. I'm not going to butt the edges up. I'm going to leave a little bit of the black showing, and then I'm going to lay it down just like that. And now I'm going to bevel this end too, but I'm just going to bevel both of the clays together. So I'm just going to bevel that end and take that away. Now we can start rolling up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to tease this black clay up just a little bit and roll a very tiny, tight little roll of the black. I'm not folding it, I'm rolling it up over the end of the colored clay. And I'm going to keep on rolling, being very careful not to trap any air inside. Just like a jelly roll. And when we get to the end, you want to close this up, and we can use our brass rod again to make sure that we don't see the seam. We're just going to roll that seam right out. Okay. Now you can see the jelly roll pattern on the end. And in cane work, you can keep it this size if you want to, but the cool thing about caning is that no matter how small in diameter we make this, the design will still be there running from one end of the cane to the other. And we can make it very, very tiny and it will still look like a spiral inside. When we reduce canes like this, your impulse will be to put it down on your work surface and just start rolling away. We don't want to do that, because what that does is it moves the clay on the outside of the cane faster than the clay in the very center. And you'll get a bunch of wasted clay on the ends from the outside clay that has moved faster to the end of the cane than the inside. So to reduce canes, what we're going to do is pinch. Pinch and turn. See how this end now is a little bit smaller, but you can still see the center, and sometimes the center of the cane will even bulge outward. I'm pinching and turning and pinching and turning. What I'm going to do is cut a bit of this cane off at the end so that we can remember how big it was to start with. That's what it looks like, and we're going to make it smaller in diameter than that. Another thing about caning, and you can see it in this example, see how this black smooshed on this side of the cane? It's because we've been working with the clay and it's fairly soft. When you are finished with your cane, what you will probably want to do before you start taking slices from it is let it rest overnight to cool, and then your slices won't smoosh like that and they'll look much neater. Another thing that's great for evening out logs of clay is an acrylic plate like this. And if I roll, it makes my log nice and even. And another way of reducing the cane is to stretch it. Another thing is, anytime I see air bubbles, I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but that is an air bubble right there. You don't want air bubbles in your clay. So I'm going to pierce that with either a needle tool or a cutting tool and push the air out and close up the hole. Now you can see how much smaller in diameter it is yet again. And we can keep on going or we can stop. It all depends on what you're going to be using this cane for. If we're using it for all by itself, you might want to stop at this point, and you can just use it all by itself to make an earring or a pendant or something out of it. Or you can use a bunch of them really tiny and cut slices off and apply them to different surfaces. It all depends on what you want.
Visit our Learning Center at cooltools.us for more cool jewelry making videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to sign up for our email list to be the first to hear about new videos, new products, and other cool stuff from Cool Tools.